time for our weekly roundup of all the things Lady just ain't gonna do this week. Number one, more than 100,000 Mississippi residents are without clean drinking water, ostensibly indefinitely. And it seems like the country is moving forward as usual and not reading it for what it is. Retaliation from Mississippi's racist regime that still remains. Now, this week we learned that Jackson, Mississippi is without clean drinking water. And it has been for months. Now, the situation was exacerbated this week by high water levels in the Pearl River after rains last week, which overwhelmed the city's waste treatment facility after its main pumps completely failed. Residents did not have clean drinking water, nor water pressure. Not just since last week. For many, the clean water issue has persisted for as long as they can remember. Now, before you start talking about crumbling infrastructure and why aren't city leaders doing anything, let's back up for a minute and ask ourselves which city leaders aren't doing anything and why. Now, you better believe that if this was a community full of wealthy white people, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. The water would be on, honey, and you could drink that shit from the tap. Now, Jackson has been a bit of what you might call a rebel city inside of a Republican-controlled state. And when I say a Republican-controlled state, I mean a Republican trifecta and a Republican triplex. What does that mean? Because I didn't know before putting this together for you lovelies. So let's just do like a Reading Rainbow meets Schoolhouse Rock type of moment so we can all be on the same page. Now, a trifecta means that one party has a majority in both chambers of the state legislature and the governor's office. A triplex, or a triplex, however the fuck you say it, means one party controls the governor's office, the Secretary of State's office, and the Attorney General's office. Child, now let's play a game. Guess which party has a trifecta and a triplex in the great state of Mississippi? You guessed it, the party of Donald Trump. Now, when I say Jackson is a rebel city in a state controlled by the party of no plans, no proposals, and no damn policies, I really mean that. The mayor of Jackson is none other than our brother, Chokwe Lumumba, son of the late Chokwe Lumumba, one of the founders of the Malcolm X grassroots movement, former vice president of the Republic of New Africa, a human rights attorney, and former mayor of Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson is the state capital and the state's largest city. Both won their elections due to the organizing work of the Malcolm X grassroots movement. Now, and since 2013, with a couple of years in between after the elder Lumumba died suddenly and suspiciously, child, of a heart attack right the fuck after he was elected, the largest city in Mississippi, the capital city, and the blackest city in Mississippi is run by a black nationalist. Now, it's not just now. A short history lesson on Mississippi is that it was the locus of much of the activities of the last period of civil rights. You know, the Ole Miss riot where white students wild out over desegregation, the Freedom Summer murders of 3 young people daring to register black people to vote, the assassination of Medgar Evers in 1963, you know, that type of shit. Mississippi has always fought to be a white power state. Hell, it was one of the original Confederate states. They were amongst the first to do it. Now let's do the math here. Y'all think the white power structure was happy about the blacks taking control of the state capital and the state's largest city? Hell the fuck no, quit playing. The truth of the matter is the white power structure that still remains in Mississippi, honey, has been punishing folks for daring to be free since niggas dared to be free. And Jackson is no outlier. You gonna choke a whole fucking city off from water, my G? Refuse to move state money to fix the infrastructure over and over and over again for hella years? I mean, yeah, it's environmental racism, but really it's just fucking racism, period. And don't forget the part about this water crisis being a racist backlash to black power. Don't you ever forget that part. Baby. Shit. Now here's what we want more of this week, though. Number one, and maybe the only one this week, for now, we may just have gotten rid of that pesky Sarah Palin. Turns out you cannot see Russia from Alaska anymore, as Sarah Palin was ceremoniously shown the door in an incredible special election for an open congressional seat, and replaced by the first Alaskan Indigenous person ever to hold the seat. She is from the Yupik Nation. She will also be the first woman to hold the seat. Democrat Mary Peltola won by 3 percentage points to unseat the former vice presidential candidate, running on a platform of abortion access, climate action, and protecting the state's salmon population. Here's the bigger part of the story that I just love. You can vote these clowns into oblivion when you're organized. Yes, my friends, when we are organized and we take organized action, we can change what's happening in our communities. And that's exactly what happened in Alaska. So it's important to me to say this to you because, yes, we are in a whole fucked up ass situation in a country that consistently puts profits over people and uses violence to maintain its power. And the shit is not going to self-combust. And frankly, we have put too much into this motherfucker to just hand it over to these clowns and say, all right, y'all are on some dumb shit. Go ahead and burn me up too. Fuck that. No, not me. We got a few options and I think we should use them. You can stop fascists in their tracks. One way is voting, which is really dope when it's a part of an organized effort for change. Another way is becoming the people who make the damn rules and engaging our whole communities in that process. Also, just for the record, no, you cannot see Russia from Alaska. Stop that shit and stop the people who lie to try and get ahead.